This is the furthest I've ever been down.
Good evening, and a warm welcome to all our special guests, our residents, our families and friends to Meadow Lakes production of Joe DiPietro's Over the River and Through the Woods. This performance will run a little longer than usual. There are 2 acts. There will be brief blackouts during the changeover. There is no intermission. So please stay in your seats until you see me come back out again to introduce our wonderful cast. Enjoy the show, and thank you for being here.
It was always hot in my grandparents' house. I'm not talking about I should have worn short sleeves hot. No, I mean August in Ethiopia hot. Growing up, I remember sitting in their living room sweating and trying to figure out my relationship to these people who not only didn't seem to share the same environmental needs, but who also had reached an age I could barely comprehend. But my grandparents firmly believed in the 3 F's. Family, faith, and food. So every Sunday, for 29 years, I bore the heat and religiously showed up for dinner.
The very day I turned 14, my father said to me, "Frankie, you go to America." And there I was. He took me down the pier, put me on a boat, stuffed 200 lira in my pocket, gave me an address of my cousin Vincenzo, who lived in a place called Hoboken. And the only thing he said to me, "Tengo familia. Tengo familia." You say that in English, it just means I support my family and children. But in Italian, it means much more. I support, yes, I live for my family and children, and I live for the day to make them better than they were before.
Tango familia.
I arrived to learn my cousin Vinny had left Hoboken for a faraway land called Brooklyn. So for 6 weeks, I lived underneath a pier at the Hudson River, trying to get money and food and shelter to find a way back to my homeland.
I was named Ada. I was the middle sister of 7 girls, and Frank was the first man, no, the first person to ever notice me. He was making $1 a day as a carpenter's apprentice, and I thought that was a fortune. He promised that if I married him, he would become a fine carpenter, and he would build for me an entire house. And he did. He became a wonderful carpenter, and he built for me this beautiful house.
My grandmother, Ada, never made it through grammar school. Never even learned how to drive a car. But lock her in a kitchen with a tomato and pasta dough and garlic, and the woman was Einstein. By my 29th birthday, my parents had moved to Florida, and my sister Melissa to San Diego. Before she left, Melissa told me that the best thing about being an American is you could stay in the country and still live 2,000 miles away from your family. Each Sunday, I rode a bus in from the city, but one Thursday, something happened to me, something important, and what I had to tell them just couldn't wait. Hey, Gramps. Hi, Nanny.
Nick, your grandma's going to tell you to do something for her. Say no.
Nicholas, you have to do something for me. But first, you hungry?
No, Nan, I just ate, and I can't stay long. Like I said on the phone, I just have to make this announcement.
He has no time to do you any favors.
What'd you have for dinner?
Chinese food.
Chinese?
Nan.
You're telling me that's food?
Well, everyone eating it seemed to think so, yes.
30 years ago, I had dinner at a Chinese restaurant. And to this day, I got no idea what I ate.
So, I'm full. You don't really need to make anything for me.
How about I make you a sandwich?
Nan, you don't need to.
But you look hungry.
Well, tell me exactly how do I look hungry?
You're breaking my heart, Nicholas.
All right. A small sandwich.
So what do you want on it?
I don't care.
How about provolone and ham?
Perfect.
Good, Nicholas. I'll make a provolone and ham sandwich. You tell your grandfather he can't drive no more.
What?
Don't listen to her, Nick.
2 days ago, in the Grand Union parking lot, he puts the car in reverse, and puts the car in
I
reverse,
thought it was
goes forward,
reversed. I put it in second.
right into a Japanese car. Thank God no one was killed.
I barely dented the fender.
So you were at the 7-Eleven, I think. Is that right?
2 weeks ago, the 7-Eleven, he means to step on the brake. He steps on the gas pedal,
We go very fast. We're about 2 feet.
right into a Japanese car. Thank God no one was killed.
Perhaps we've talked about this. You shouldn't be driving anymore.
You telling me what to do? I used to change your diapers.
He never changed your diapers.
Well, look, Gramps, it's too dangerous with you behind the wheel.
I get in the car with him. I scream the entire way.
She's a real pleasure to drive with.
All right. And why don't you make the sandwich? I'll talk to him. And could you turn on the air conditioner? It's sweltering in here.
That's crazy. It's only June.
And it's hot.
The air conditioner doesn't go on till July 4th.
I'll open the window a crack, and you listen to your grandson.
Gramps, come on. You know something terrible could happen.
I only go close by. I never forget.
And you still get into accidents.
So what are you saying? I'm too old to drive?
Your reflexes are just getting a little slow.
What? I'm out of provolone. You want cheddar? You want Munster?
Oh, whatever, Nan.
I want to make it the way you like it.
How can you make it the way I like it? I don't even want it.
Don't talk French. Cheddar or Munster?
Cheddar.
You sure?
Absolutely, 100% I want cheddar, Nan.
Well, I got such a nice Munster.
This is the woman you're listening to, so I can't drive.
All right, Nan. Monster. I want Munster.
I thought so.
Look, Gramps, I just don't want to get a phone call saying you hurt yourself, or Nan, or anybody else. Just promise you'll only drive in an emergency.
All right. Yeah.
I'm Nunzio. I was the first in my family to get a good job with a union in a Ford factory. And the way I got the job, I told them I was Irish. I had to. I told them my name was Sean O'Malley O'Brien O'Sullivan. And they gave me the job.
My father's folks, Nunzio and Emma, lived 2 doors down. And every Sunday, they'd also visit and share dinner. Both children of hard-working but destitute immigrants. They married at 17 and had 2 sons, my dad and his brother Nick, who was killed in Korea.
The day I married Nunzio, my mother sat me down and told me something amazing. She said, "Emma, just because you're his wife, it doesn't mean you're not as important as him. Speak up. Say how you feel. Don't become one of those women who gets lost behind their family." So while Nuns went to work, I made us a beautiful home.
I stood on an assembly line and put this nut in that bolt for 27 years to give my wife and my sons the life they deserve.
We struggled and made our way because we were family. Tango familia.
Tango familia.
Tango familia.
They were the loudest people I ever met.
Yoo-hoo!
Oh, hi, Nanny. Oh, and hi, Gramps.
Yeah, what a pleasure it is to see you on a Thursday.
Oh, I'm glad you came. I have something to tell you.
Hey, Nikki, that present you bought for us, the one we don't know how to use.
The answering machine.
No, the other one, the CPU.
Oh, VCR.
Ah, right. We need the receipt.
What, broke?
No, we just ate it.
We don't hate it. It's just too expensive. We can't enjoy it.
Why are you worried about the expense? I bought it for you.
Give us the receipt. We'll give you back the money.
I don't want the money.
It's too much to spend on a BCP.
It's your anniversary present.
Fine. We'll keep $10.
We'll all talk about this more later. I've got something much more important to say.
So, Nikki, guess where your grandmother wants to drag me again? Next Tuesday.
I'm sorry if I like to go places. I'm a doer. I'm a doer.
Atlantic City? With the senior citizens from St. Anne?
Oh, Gramps, what I have to say is real important. Can we talk about that?
You sit in traffic for 4 hours with a busload of 80-year-old Catholics, all carrying these giant bags of quarters. It's awful.
Listen to what he's complaining about. You get a free air-conditioned bus ride, and they give you $30 free in chips.
Look, I have this announcement.
You know what I did the last time we went? I walked into Donald Trump's, cashed in my $30 chips, found a $5 buffet, and I ate all day long. And I came back with a $25 profit.
I told him that money was not for him to keep. The Catholic Church gave him that money to gamble. Sunday, you put it in the poor box.
I'm not putting it in the poor box. We're poor. I'm giving it to Nikki.
We are not poor.
So why are you giving me $25?
I don't know. She keeps telling me.
Hey, here's your sandwich. I forgot if you said cheddar or Munster, so I put on both. Here you go.
How did I come from these people? Oh, gee. My parents, maybe I can understand them, but these people?
Nicholas ate Chinese food tonight.
It's like eating a cancer.
He also said I can't drive no more.
Good. The world just got safer.
All right. I'll give you the receipt for the VCR. We'll talk more about the driving. I'll eat the sandwich. But can everybody please just listen? I'd like to say what I have to say now.
He's getting married.
He can't get married. He doesn't even have a girlfriend.
I'm not getting married.
Why not?
We can have this argument and save it for the holidays when we always have it. What I have to say is about something entirely different.
Nikki, every time I go to a party, I take all the extra plastic forks and knives and I save them for your wedding shower.
The phone's ringing. I'll get it. Hello?
No, Nan, no. Just let the answering machine get it.
No, Nick, that machine broke.
I just got it for you. How did it break?
They threw it out. Every time I pressed the button, there was somebody on there telling me to call them.
There was people leaving messages.
Nikki, I want to see you married before I die.
Tell me when you feel you're going, and I'll see who I can dig up.
Nicholas, it's your parents. Nicholas ate Chinese food tonight.
Nick, why did your parents move to Florida?
God only knows. They spend the first 56 years of their lives nice and close to their parents.
Who raised them?
Then boom, your father gets a little sinus condition. So they retire early and move to Fort Lauderdale.
To live with a bunch of old people who love humidity.
Frank, come say hello.
You're a good boy, Nicky, staying near home.
Hi. Your son told me I can't drive no more. Come visit. We'll sit in my car and pretend it's moving.
Talk fast, it's long distance.
Then your sister gets married and moves to San Diego.
Who the hell moves to San Diego?
Nan, Gramps, please.
Nicholas, your mother said you call her after you tell us. She wants to know how we take it.
Well, we'll all find that out in a moment if everyone can just please be quiet now. I want to do this standing up.
Aren't you going to take us? All right, fine.
It's like he's gonna make a speech.
If he wants to make a speech, let him make a speech.
It's not a speech. Can I just please say this now?
Before you start, who's hungry?
Nan, this is a one-sentence announcement. You don't have to cater it.
I got a new crumb cake
With the big crumbs?
from the A&P.
I'm in.
I just want a sliver, but a healthy sliver.
Piece.
Don't announce anything yet, Nicholas.
Nan,
Oh, Nikki, here. Before I forget, I got you a mass card.
a mass guard? Are those for sick people?
2 Thursdays from now, the 7:30 Mass at St. Anne's will be said for you,
Why?
in hopes you meet a girl to marry.
And the priest agreed to this?
Hey, go to the man. Maybe you'll meet her there.
Look, can I start now?
Wait, I feel a draft.
Me too. What's open?
It's 110 degrees in here.
We're old. We're always chilly.
Oh my God. I forgot to close the window.
Oh, good thing you got that, Nan. For a moment, you almost let air seep into the room. All right. Does everybody have their crumb cake? Does everybody have their coffee? Is anyone disturbed by any unbearable drafts? Please say this now.
What's he getting so upset about?
He was always anxious. Do you remember he used to chew on his rattle?
Can we not tell the rattle story right now? Oh, and the rattle story just explains it all. I don't even know why I bothered going to therapy.
What?
Nothing. Oh, gee, what did I say? I said nothing.
He said he's going to therapy.
What the hell is that?
He's going to a psychiatrist.
A foot doctor?
A head doctor.
What?
Nicholas, you're seeing a head doctor.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Look, it's no big deal. All my friends are in therapy. It's just someone to talk to.
Can't you just talk to us?
No, I can't even get this announcement out.
Do you pay this person for this, or is this covered under insurance?
I really don't want to talk about this right now.
I hope you didn't pay it.
We will listen to your problems for free.
Look, I'm seeing this therapist, yes. But I won't be seeing him much longer.
Thank God.
And that ties in with my announcement. Can I please tell you now?
Nicholas, go ahead and say your announcement. We're listening very hard.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're ready.
Okay.
All right.
Say it loud.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let me start with this. I got offered a promotion at work.
Congratulations.
Wonderful, Nicholas.
What kind of a promotion?
Well, it's a better management position.
Tell it, tell it, tell it.
I could, but I don't think you'd understand. I mean, you don't really understand what it is I do now.
Well, just because we wouldn't understand it, it doesn't mean we don't want to hear about it.
Okay. Now, as I explained before, I work in marketing, which is kind of like advertising, you know, commercials. But I don't actually make the commercials. How should I say, I plan overall strategy. I plan the strategy for commercials and newspaper ads and various other types of media such as brochures, billboards, and internal and external sales presentation. Well, with my new position, and this is exciting, I'll be in charge of developing, coordinating, and implementing all of those strategies in a top 20 market.
Well, whatever the hell you do, we're damn proud of it.
Very
Oh,
nice.
multi-venture.
Nicholas. Very
No.
nice.
The thing about the job, see, is I have to move.
Out of the city? Oh, thank God.
Nicholas, you could move in with us.
No rent, 4 meals a day.
No, the job is in Seattle.
Where the hell is Seattle?
Rose Ranoli has a beach house there. It's exit 94 on the
No,
Broadway.
our house is further down, by the big food town.
No. Stop. I know where Seattle is. Washington. Not the close Washington. The faraway Washington by California. All the way by California.
Nicholas, is this true?
It's in Washington State, yes. Look, I just got the offer this afternoon. My head is still swimming. But it's a promotion, and now would be the time, right? I'm young, I'm unattached, so there's nothing really to keep me here.
What about us?
Well, I mean, except you.
Nicky,
So you're leaving?
Moving, yes.
Yes, right, leaving.
I told my parents. They thought it's a terrific opportunity. Besides, I grew up in this area, went to college here. I've never lived anywhere else.
I've never lived anywhere else.
Look, I know this might come as a bit of a shock.
Shock? No, why should it be a shock? First your parents moved to Fort Lauderdale, then your sister moves to San Diego, gets married, and has my great-grandson.
Perhaps.
My great-grandson. I have one grandson, and he's 3 years old. I'd seen him exactly twice.
Gramps, please.
You know what that's like? I lived long enough to have a great-grandson, and he has no idea who I am. Why I'm important to him. Last time I got off the plane, and he saw me standing there, my arms outstretched. He thought I was just another old person. Another old person who wanted to annoy him with a hug.
Nicholas, I don't know if I understand. You're just gonna go?
Look, it just came up today. I just wanted to tell you first.
But your family's here, Nick.
Look, it's late. I gotta go. I got to catch the next bus back.
Nicky.
I got an 8 o'clock meeting in the morning.
We'll see you Sunday, Nicholas.
If we're still alive, God willing.
We'll talk about this more later, okay? It's a wonderful opportunity.
Seattle?
I forgot a sandwich!
It's a 20-minute ride into the city. He'll make it without a sandwich.
Seattle?
Not to worry. He won't go.
You heard him. He said he wants to move away.
No. He didn't say he wants to move. He said he had no reason to stay.
So?
So, we give him a reason.
I should tell him. I should tell him that the doctors did their tests. And the cancer has spread. I should tell him that he leaves to take the job. When he says goodbye, it's probably the last time we'll see each other. No one knows yet. Not even my Emma. I'll tell her soon. But I should tell him. Then maybe he'll stay.
Most companies have this unwritten rule. If you say no to a promotion, another one might not come along. That day, my boss sat me down and said, "This opportunity means that we have great faith in you. This means we're planning something even bigger." And as any young man can tell you, the lure of a new life is as seductive as any lover. So the following Sunday, I returned for our weekly dinner, at which I expected them to be laying on the guilt something fierce. They didn't. They did something even worse. Hello.
Hi, Nick. Look, I got a mandolin.
Oh, since when do you play the mandolin?
When I was a little boy, my father taught me. Your grandmother picked up this at the garage sale. The other day, last night, I took a lesson that they were having at the high school.
The high school? How'd you get there? You didn't drive.
No, I walked 45 minutes each way. And it was dark and very there and back. If I dropped dead, I left specific instructions to have me dropped off at your house.
Hiya, Nicky.
Oh, hi. Hi, Grandpa. Hey, why are you all dressed up?
What? We can't dress up to see how Grant feels.
So anyway, I suppose my move to Seattle, you both had time to mull it over, I suppose.
Hey, Nicky, you want some nuts?
No. How are you feeling about my promotion?
We're good, Nick. Have some nuts.
No. How are you feeling about my promotion?
Oh, we're very proud.
Hey, Nicholas, you hungry?
Oh, Nan, about Seattle.
We'll be eating soon, so why don't you you comb your hair a little nicer?
What's going on? 3 days ago, I told you about my promotion, and you were all miserable. Now it's like I never even said anything. So I'm 29 years old, and
29 and no family.
You, Nikki,
oh, what then?
how's your hair looking today?
I combed it into an afro. All right. Exactly what is up with you people?
We're not people. We're your family.
Look, something's going on. Everyone's being too quiet, and
Come on in.
Why, who could that be?
It's Caitlin O'Hare, the unmarried niece of my canasta partner, Mario.
oh my God.
Oh, welcome, Caitlin. Come on in. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Hi, Emma. Hi. If I had known there were so many of you, I would have brought 2 bottles of wine.
Oh no, that's so thoughtful. Isn't Caitlin thoughtful, Nikki?
I can't believe you're doing this.
Caitlin, I want you to meet my beautiful grandson, Nicholas.
Stop that. Ah, Caitlin. How are you? I'm Nick.
Hi, Nick. It's great to meet you.
And I'm his other nanny, so if you call her Emma, you could call me Ada.
Absolutely. Hello, Ada.
Then I'm Nunzio.
And I'm Frank.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Nunzio and Frank.
And you seem like a girl who any young man would be lucky to have as his wife.
Oh, God.
Nunzio, you're absolutely right.
Well, Caitlin, you're just in time for supper, and everything came beautiful.
Wait. Hold off. I just need to have a moment alone with Caitlin.
It's working. It's working.
Look, I just want to say, well, did my grandmother happen to say I'd be here?
No, she didn't know.
Okay, in case you haven't figured it out yet, this is a blind setup. So feel free to run like the wind.
Nick, relax. I hate being set up too. But Emma's my friend. It's no big deal. Besides, the dinner smells terrific.
Well, you see, that's their secret. They suck you in with the food.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to stay.
Sure, because it's not too late to escape.
Come on, Nick. We'll just have a, relaxing Sunday dinner.
No, Caitlin, even at my most generous moments, I would not describe these people as relaxing.
Nikki, she's very pretty, isn't she?
Yes.
I did good.
Okay, time to eat. Caitlin, you look hungry.
Oh, my God.
Shall we say grace?
Since when do we say grace?
Shut up. We have company.
Hey, Frank, say grace.
Really? All right. Everybody get ready. I'm going to say grace. All right?
Everyone be quiet.
Okay,
Okay.
we're
All
ready.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Say it loud.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Just say grace, Gramps.
All right. Bless us, O Lord, for these thy gifts that we are about to receive. And bless our lovely dinner guests and our lovely grandson. And may they find eternal happiness together. It's a prayer. I can say whatever the hell I want.
Caitlin, before I'm dead, I want to see Nikki married.
If not, I have to go with her.
So Caitlin, I bet you like to drink.
How do you mean?
Uh, The Irish, they like to drink. That's a secret.
Cramps, apologize. Now.
Actually, I don't mind having a pint or two now and then.
You see, life is to be lived.
So Caitlin, tell me, do you drive?
Cramps.
Sure, don't you?
Funny you should ask.
He had to stop. He's been getting into accidents.
I kill hundreds of people.
Here we are, Caitlin. Look, I made some lovely veal. Pick a piece.
Oh, Ada, no thank you. I'll just have the vegetables.
No, have some veal. It's from the shop right.
Thank you, Ada, but I'm a vegetarian.
She's a what?
Vegetarian.
What the hell is that?
Animal doctor.
Very nice.
She won't eat veal?
She fixes animals, so she don't eat them. That makes sense.
No, no. Vegetarian. I don't eat meat. My job is I'm a nurse.
She's an animal nurse.
Why do animals need nurses?
Trust me on this. Don't try to correct them.
Whatever
Just
you
write it out.
Whatever you do, it sounds very nice. So, have some veal.
Oh, I really can't. Thank you.
It's from the shop right.
I'm sorry, Ada. I should have told Emma before I came.
No need to apologize. Just have some veal.
And the veal issue is closed. She doesn't eat veal.
From the shop right?
Man.
Ada, that's so sweet of you. But the vegetables really look so delicious. Really. Just an extra forkful of those would be wonderful.
The squash is beautiful. Wow, it's from my garden.
Looks fabulous.
You could serve it to the Pope.
And the Pope would eat the veal too.
Caitlin, tell me, why don't you have a boyfriend?
Please don't answer that.
It's okay, Nick. I don't mind. Well, Frank, I think it's just because I haven't met the right guy lately.
Caitlin, maybe if you did something with your hair. I meant that nice. Caitlin, you know I meant that nice.
Caitlin, I'd just like to take this moment to apologize for basically everything that's been said here this whole afternoon.
What? We said nothing bad. None. Did we say anything bad?
No. We've been delightful.
Delightful. Now don't mind Nicky, Caitlin. He just gets a little excited sometimes.
That's okay. I like passionate people.
What a nice way of saying that.
See, we ain't loud. We're passionate.
So Nicky, Caitlin hasn't had a date for a while.
Man, that's personal information.
Actually, she's right.
You see, Nicky, we had a nice talk about it the other day, right at the produce and the pathmark.
Yeah, I had a big fight with the manager about the zucchini.
They're talking about food. Get comfortable.
Actually, the A&P has the freshest zucchini. What I do when I'm working a lot and I don't have time to cook, I saute a little yellow squash from the A&P, then I melt a very thin slice of provolone over it, and I top it with just a dash of Parmesan. You have it with some rye or Italian bread, preferably fresh from Marzoni's bakery, and it makes the best late-night snack.
She's our dream come true.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Perfect.
This one's for
Just
you, Nicky.
perfect.
This one's for you.
See, the thing that irritated me the most is that she actually seems terrific. When your grandmother sets you up, you have every right to be disappointed.
So Nick, say something attractive to Caitlin.
Please.
Nicky has a wonderful job, Caitlin.
We don't know what the hell he does, but it's fantastic. fantastic.
I'm a marketing executive.
Oh, do you enjoy it?
Yeah, actually I do, very much.
But it's no animal nurse.
Right. Shh, let the kids talk.
Sorry. Go ahead, you two. Pretend like we're not here.
Oh, and so that's possible?
Now he's talking fresh.
I am not talking fresh.
He's talking fresh.
Rams, quiet.
I can't be quiet. I'm passionate.
So, Caitlin, you having a good time?
Absolutely.
Galen, we're so glad you came.
You'll have to come again soon. How about next Sunday?
We together every Sunday. We're a family.
I have to say, it's actually rather amazing here with all of you because, well, I look at Nick and I think, how many grown adults actually get to have dinner with all 4 of their grandparents?
He's a lucky boy.
It's like hitting the lottery.
Caitlin, next time you come, I'd like you to bring your grandparents with you.
Thank you, Ada, but mine have all passed on.
Oh, what a
So
shame.
sorry. Oh.
And now you have us.
Well, thank you, Frank.
So, Caitlin, do you go to therapy like Nick?
Jesus, man!
What? I thought you weren't ashamed.
Actually, we are a little ashamed.
Actually, I do go. For 2 years now. I like it.
But you seem so normal.
It's an act.
Nicky says all his friends are in therapy.
All right. I know it's only the first course, but are there any other personal revelations about me that anyone would like to bring up, like bedwetting memories, anecdotes about bullying, whatever?
Nick, there's no reason
I
to...
just want to say that this is working terrifically. From now on, I'm taking you 4 on all my dates.
Oh, I bet you'd all be fun on dates. I bet you're all terrific dancers.
No, but that doesn't stop us.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
And so dinner went on. A beautiful meal. We enjoyed a veal, and then a tomato garden salad, then ravioli with eggplant on the side, and then we had coffee with ricotta cheesecake and baked fresh anisette cookies. And all through this beautiful meal, I looked at my grandson and the lovely girl sitting next to him, and I thought, yes, oh yes, he had found his reason to stay.
Everything was so delicious, Ada. Thank you so much.
Galen, we like you. We hope to see you again soon.
I really had a great time. You're all so sweet.
We're old, but we're adorable.
Here we are.
Thank you, and good night, everybody.
It was lovely, lovely
Come back
having you.
anytime,
Come
sweetheart.
back soon.
Bye now, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Caitlin, could I just see you on the porch a minute? Where can I begin? Well, first and foremost, I am so sorry. I mean, deeply, deeply, deeply sorry.
Nick, no, don't apologize for anything.
Look, I feel I owe you something. Something expensive. So how about you let me take you out for dinner this week? We can go to a nice vegetarian restaurant, and no one will ask if you're in therapy.
Nick, I thought you didn't like setups.
I don't. But I like you. And let me just say, I'm really, really normal away from my family. That's right. I'm actually intelligent, somewhat charming. I'm sensitive in a macho kind of way. Are you falling for any of this?
Maybe.
Oh, well, maybe it's not bad. Not bad at all. You know, my grandmother was right. She did good.
Nick, I have a confession to make.
Oops. You've got a boyfriend. No? A girlfriend? You're really a man. Well, so what is it?
Nick, I knew you'd be here today. That's the real reason I came. I've just been, I don't know, feeling a little lonely. Maybe even a little desperate. Oh my God, I said that word out loud, but yeah, maybe even a little desperate. And I figured, well, since I liked your grandmother so much, maybe she's got a grandson who, well...
Oh, interesting. Well then, if I may be so bold, what did you think of Emma's grandson?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, seeing you with all four of your grandparents, well, I was thinking of mine,
Oh,
and
that's right. You said they were all gone.
I did know my mom's mom. But what I'm saying is, well, you spent the whole evening yelling at them.
Oh, man, you know how it is. That's family. It's just the way we speak to each other. I take it you and your grandmother didn't say things like that?
No, we never yelled. We used to talk.
Oh, talk. Huh. I'll have to try that with them sometime.
Actually, my grandmother used to read to me, but not children's books, no. You see, after my grandfather died, she started to read these books, these wonderful books, as a way to get through the day without him. When I was about 9 years old, she read me Great Expectations.
Oh, wait. She read you Dickens in its entirety?
It took 6 months. And you know how people read to children to put them to sleep? Not my grandmother. She read to enthrall me. And I'd hold on to her so tight, her voice just covering me like a blanket.
All right, so Caitlin, how about a dinner tomorrow night? You okay?
Yeah, well, seeing you all here, I'm sorry, Nick. I can't do this with you.
What?
I mean, oh God, you seem like an okay guy. But you just acted like such an asshole with them. Us going out, I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute. You leaving Caitlin? Caitlin, come on. So what are you saying to me? You're desperate and you're turning me down? Caitlin? Oh.
Well,
You know, you people are unbelievable.
Again with the you people.
She turned him down.
You invited her over without telling me. And that's not a good thing to do.
Nicholas, don't get upset. I'm gonna get the fruit bowl.
No food now. Everyone just listen. Did any of you take into consideration how I would feel? Did any of you take into consideration how your sneaky little plan, which didn't work, by the way, how that was infringing on my life? Hell no. And exactly what kind of plan was that? You expected what? For us to meet and fall in love and spend the rest of our lives together?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't happen that way.
It happened to us.
Well, that was 150 years ago. Today we do things different. We have careers and ambitions, and we only fall in love with people who we choose, who we pick, when we're damn good and ready.
Well, that's the problem right there.
But no, you people, you just did what you wanted because you want me to live my life your way. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't want to get married.
That's crazy.
I'm talking. Maybe I like my life the way I've made it. Maybe I need to find out what I'm about.
What?
You know, now I understand why my sister and my parents really moved. because they wanted to live without constant interference and judgment and criticism. Oh yeah, I was feeling guilty about going to Seattle, thinking maybe I shouldn't take the job because I'd be leaving you, but now, no guilt. I'm home free. I'm out of here.
Nikki!
In 1 month, I'm going to get on that plane and fly to a new life and live the way I want to live and date the women I want to date, not relatives of my nanny's canasta partner. And I'm going to go to therapy if I want, and I'm going to eat all the Chinese food I want. I might even eat Chinese food while I'm under therapy. Yeah, because guess what? And this will be news to you. I'm an adult. Yes, there is a fully functioning, grown-up man before you who is perfectly capable of taking care of something. Yeah.
Nicholas!
Oh, I can't breathe.
Oh my God, he's having a heart attack. Call an ambulance.
No, we can get to the emergency room quicker. Emma, get the front door. Ada, get the car door. I found another set of keys. I'll drive. So I drove Nick to the hospital. And I didn't hit anybody or anything. And this was under great strain and stress. I thought my grandson was having a heart attack. As it turns out, he did have an attack, a panic attack. That's what they called it. The doctor said he had to be in bed for a few days to get rid of everything in his life that was making him upset. So, you know what we figured out? The only thing to do was he had to stay with us.
You know that song, Over the River and Through the Woods to Grandmother's House I Go? It's such a happy song. Those people going to see their grandparents, they're singing and dancing.
So, Nicholas, what else can I get you to eat?
And you've been feeding me nonstop for 2 days now. Please open up the window. It's really hot in here.
I don't want you should feel a draft.
And it's like a sauna. I keep expecting naked fat men to run by and talk.
I'll get you a bit of blanket. Oh, and by the way, young and Annie and Grandpa are coming over for cannolis. And Nicholas, before they get here, you really might not go to Seattle, right?
What?
Well, I was thinking, if you were so sure you wanted to leave, you wouldn't have gotten so upset, so sick.
Wait a minute, man. No.
All I'm saying, Nicholas, is maybe you're absolutely 100% sure you want to leave. But at the same time, you're absolutely 100% not sure at all.
Okay, I'm going to have to hear that one more time.
Nicholas, remember when you got so sick, when you were yelling, and your parents left because they didn't want to be around us?
God, man, I'm sorry.
Nicholas, they didn't leave because they didn't want to be around us. They saw themselves getting old. They saw their lives being spent in one place. And they got afraid of becoming too much like us.
No, man, that's not right. They just wanted to live in the sunshine.
Nicholas, people don't move away from their families because of weather. No, they got afraid. And maybe you ought to.
Oh, no, that's not right.
Calm, Nicholas, breathe, breathe. Okay, good. Maybe I'm all wrong, okay? Maybe I'm just all wrong. But I'm not.
Nikki, how are you feeling?
Oh, you're looking good.
I'm feeling fine.
Oh, Nikki, you gave us such a fright collapsing like that.
I know, Nan.
Don't do that to us again, Nicky. We're old. We're the ones who should be sick, not you.
Nicholas was getting cold, so I found him a light blanket.
Hey, everyone. I just want to say, I said some things the other day after, about leaving and not wanting you to interfere.
But Nicky, you were sick then.
Yeah. No one listened to a word you said.
Besides, Nicky, I got the perfect way for you to relax. Come with us on vacation and we'll pay.
I don't know, Nan.
Next month, we're taking another one of those Mario Perillo tours.
Again with the Perillo tour. You get on the bus, you get off the bus, you take a picture. You get on the bus, you take a picture. You get off the bus, you take a picture. On the bus, off of the bus, take a picture. It was exhausting.
Man, I'm supposed to be in Seattle, man.
Maybe he'll need a nice girl on the tour.
On a Perillo tour. They're all 80 years old.
I don't think this trip is going to relax me.
Nick, rest here a few more weeks, nice and quiet, then you think about Seattle.
What should we do tonight?
Just nothing that gets Nicky too excited.
Nick, let's play that game you gave us. The one we don't understand. What's it called?
Trivial Pursuit.
That's it. You have to answer things.
No. He'll drop dead from the excitement.
Look, I'm fine. You want to play? Let's play. How about teams? You and me,
Okay, Nick. You roll the dice and play the game for us. We'll just come up with the answers.
Okay. You're on green.
All right, green.
Everyone quiet.
Okay,
All right. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
we're ready.
Okay.
okay.
Just read the question, Brent. Science and nature.
All right. Green question. What is the process by which plants form carbohydrates when they are exposed to the light?
What the hell kind of question is that?
Come on, give us another one.
That's the whole point. If you can't answer the question, you lose your turn.
But what the hell of a question was that?
It's a science question.
Okay. Here's another nice one. You should get this one. Who starred with Grace Kelly in High Noon?
Yeah, that is a nice one.
That actor.
Yeah, right. The one with the ears.
I always liked him.
That's right. Go again.
Stop. That's the answer on the card?
Oh, but I know who they mean.
But they have to tell you who they need. That's the game. That's why it's fun. That's the whole point of it.
Nicky, calm down, calm down.
Yeah.
Don't have another
That's
attack.
Nicky.
Breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
Okay, we'll think of who the guy with the ears is. Okay, nice and calmly. Who the hell is the guy with the ears?
Didn't Humphrey Bogart have ears?
No, he dated Lana Tyner.
Right, Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart, he didn't date Lana Tyner.
No.
No, Jimmy Stewart was married to the woman with the hair.
No, that wacky guy with the nose was married to the woman with the hair.
No, that was the other woman with the hair. Jimmy Stewart was married to the woman with the hair with the face.
Didn't the woman with the face marry that guy with the face?
No, that was the guy with the feet.
Then who dated Lana Turner?
The gangster she killed. Somebody,
Very nice.
That's
Very
right.
nice.
well, what was the question again?
I remember the question. High noon.
Yeah, the guy with the ears. What's his name? Gone with the Wind.
Clark Gable!
Clark Gable.
Very good, Clark Gable.
Very nice.
You happy?
No. Clark Gable was not in High Noon.
Get out of here. He was.
Read the back of the card.
It says Gary Cooper.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Clark Gable, Lana Turner. Go again.
When Nicholas was in the hospital, I wished there was something wrong with him. Not something terrible, God forbid, but something wrong enough. So he had to stay, so he couldn't leave us. So I could take care of him. You want to help them so much, like you did when they were little. It don't matter how old they get. You just always want to help them.
Okay. What author was appointed United States Ambassador to Spain in 1842?
Oh, my.
Give us another.
No, wait. I know that.
You do not.
Yes. When you and that Marilla, whatever the hell, dragged me to Spain, they had this statue of a little guy. I know this.
So what's the answer?
Who's your girlfriend who married that fellow who steals cars?
What? You mean Irene?
Right. Irene.
Perhaps, do these questions have any vague sort of point?
Shut up. You're sick. Okay. Irene's sister's name.
Which one?
The one who drinks.
They all drink.
The one who drinks who is fat.
Irma?
Okay. Now remember this. When we saw Irma at the shop, right? When they were having that special of frozen foods, you buy two and you get one free.
That was Food Town.
No, that was Path Bar. They have the big fish in the window.
Food Town has the buy two, get two free specials. ShopRite has the double coupon days.
Okay, I say it's Path Bar. The one that has the big fish in the window.
Grabs, come on.
Okay. Remember, what was her name? Irma. She was with some guy, and we were both amazed. You know why? Because she wasn't drunk, and he had no teeth.
Yeah?
Now, what was that guy's name?
Something.
Yes, it was Jewish. A Jewish name. What's a Jewish name?
Ada, who do we know who's Jewish?
I think any youngman is Jewish.
Do you know any Youngman?
No. It's not Henry Young.
Caesar.
No.
Milton Berle.
No.
Shecky Green.
Is Merv Griffin Jewish?
Wait. That's close. Irving. That's it. That's the guy Irma was with. Irving.
So?
Well, the ambassador, Washington Irving.
That's right. We got it.
That was the most amazing thing.
Hey, Vicky, you're laughing.
Yeah.
You've been so worried lately. I don't remember the last time I saw you laugh. When we were your age, Nikki, we always laughed all the time. We didn't have much of anything, but we were always laughing. We always had fun. You take things too hard, Nikki.
Leave the boy alone.
No. We've all been quiet, saying nothing, because we don't want to upset him. But I'm his nanny, and I want to tell him something.
She's going to give him another attack.
Shh! Nikki, I think you expect too much. You go looking for the perfect girl, see you find no one. You spend so much time worrying about so much, your job, where you live, what it means. You just expect too much, Nikki.
Listen to your grandmother, baby.
That's right, because we never expected like you expected, Nikki. We were told a good life is when you find a husband and you have kids and you put food on the table and you send your kids to school and you don't die doing it. That's a good life. Then we went ahead and told our kids that they can have so much more. They can go to any school they want, have any job they want, meet wonderful people. And maybe that's the way it should be. And you already have much more than we had. We're so proud of you, Nikki. But then you got to go to a head doctor, and the whole family moves away from each other. And we never had to do that. So did we make a better life for you? It's not a worse life, but better. Just different, maybe. See, he didn't have an attack.
Enough with the game. Who's hungry?
Wait. I want to tell a story.
What story are you talking about?
The story how I won you.
Oh, stop. No one wants to hear that old story.
No, tell it.
They've heard it.
Tell it.
But he always changes it. Tell it, Nancy.
Nikki, you want to hear it?
As long as it won't get me too excited.
Okay, all right. Now, Nikki, your grandmother lived in this 4th floor walk-up apartment, not far from here. And every night, I'd climb over the fence, sneak into her backyard, and serenade her.
This is not true.
Would you let me tell my story?
Story is right. I never met him. His father dragged him to my house. My father talked to him. His father talked to me. And then both fathers told us we're going to get married.
It happened 60 years ago. Can't I just tell it the way I like it? All right. The first time I saw her was on a street corner. Yep. It was a beautiful day. Beautiful sunshine, and she was waiting for a bus.
I was the most gorgeous, eligible, popular girl in the neighborhood.
What?
If you're telling the story the way you want, I'm telling the story the way I want.
All right. So, once I laid my eyes on your grandmother, well, there was something about her. She was smiling, and I had never seen anything so beautiful. She was so beautiful that you could drink her from a glass.
I was wrong. Every word of this is true.
Yeah, naturally. I couldn't speak to her. I just watched her get on the bus. But then I waited. I waited all day till another bus returned her to the spot. And when she strolled by to her home, I followed her, and I stood right underneath her window. I did this every night for a month. Every night for a month, I sang her this one song. Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe.
You know, whenever I see an old black and white movie, I can't help but think that that's what things were like in my grandparents' day. That they lived these very black and white lives. were all very serious, very earnest, rather joyless, and sometimes, not very often, but definitely sometimes, they gave me a glimpse of what they were really like. And suddenly, their past was splashed with color. I'd get a peek at them when they were young and sexual, and their whole lives were laid out before them.
Emma, how about you and I going home now?
Nicky, you mind if we leave you early?
No, go ahead.
This is the reason I want you married, Nicky. This is the reason.
Ada, Frank, we'll see you in the morning.
Yes, sir. And that's my baby. No, sir. I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir. And that's my baby now.
Well, I gotta go clean up now.
You feeling better, Nicky?
Yeah, I'm fine, Gramps. It's funny, I can't remember when I've seen you all like this. I know that I'm not here very often, but I am here every Sunday.
What are you talking about? You're here every Sunday, like a habit.
Yeah, well,
It's like going to church. You're never here.
yeah, every Sunday. Hey, Gramps, I'd like to hear another story.
Oh, I can't tell stories like nuns.
No, I mean a true story. Tell me, what was it like to leave your family? Why did your father make you go?
It was like this. When I was a little boy, every Christmas morning, on the cobblestones in town, there would appear this sea of vendors, their carts covered with toys. And what I remember most is the colors. The bright reds, blues, oranges, like a rainbow of colors. My father would carry me in his arms, and he'd point to some tiny, dark toy. Well, I'd point to the biggest and most colorful one. But my father would shake his head no. Then he'd buy me the same little gray toy I barely wanted. And I'd start crying. And he'd carry me back into our house. I always resented him for that. When I was 14, my father put me on a boat to America and said goodbye. That's where you're going to live. I hated him for that too. Not long after that, he got tangled in a fishing net. And his head hit the side of the boat, and they never found him. 8 years from the day he sent me away, I returned to my hometown, to my mother and sisters, to meet my new bride. Of course, it was during the holiday. And on Christmas morning, I took my wife in my arms and carried her outside, and there they were, all the vendors, like they never left, with all their blue, red, and beautiful toys. And your mother pointed to the brightest and prettiest, and anyone she pointed to, I bought for her. When we came back in, our arms full of this rainbow of toys, my mother took one look and said, "That's what your father wished he could have done. But we barely had enough food to put on the table for Christmas. That's why he had to send you away. So you could make for yourself a life he could never give you." I always thought my father was a bastard. He wouldn't give me anything. Turns out, he was giving me all that he had. You're going away, aren't you, Nicky? you need to talk some more, I'll be in the kitchen.
There's a moment when I wake up each morning and I don't remember I'm sick. It lasts only a few seconds, but it's like a little gift I get at the start of each day. That night, I told my Emma the first time I cried about it was when she began to cry. I made her promise not to tell Nick. That's for me to do. It would be so selfish of him. And also of me to tell him. So very selfish. But when you get to be my age, you realize what matters is family. What matters is family. And what's in Seattle? It's just some job.
Hi there, Nick.
Oh, hi. Hi, Caitlin. Come in.
How are you feeling?
Oh, fine. You know, I'm wearing my grandfather's pajamas, but otherwise I'm fine.
I hope I'm not intruding, Nick, but I bumped into Emma the other day.
Oh, right. At Pathmark or Food Town. No, Pathmark is the one with the big fish in the window. I've been here too long.
And she said that after I left, you collapsed.
Yeah, that's true. Boy, that's difficult to explain.
She said you had a panic attack because I rejected you.
I love that woman.
I'm sorry, Nick. I hope it really wasn't because of me.
Oh, no.
Because when guys ask me out, I usually don't call them an asshole.
Good, you probably get more dates that way.
I'm sorry about the other day, Nick. You didn't deserve what I said. It's just that, well, you see, Nick, when I was 13 and my grandmother was in the midst of reading me The Old Man and the Sea, well, some days I'd visit and she'd read with such excitement and joy, and other days she wouldn't let me in the door because she didn't think she knew me. She would stand there in a panic, screaming at me to leave her alone, her eyes darting back and forth.
I'm sorry.
That look in her eyes still haunts me. And I'm sorry too, Nick. I should have told you the other day.
I don't know why it was. Maybe the way the light was hitting her face, or the way she was standing, or maybe it was because a woman who'd rejected me had come back to apologize. I don't know, but at that moment, she struck me as the most intelligent and beautiful woman on the planet. And I wanted her to like me so much. For a second, I had a horrible thought. Could my grandmother actually be right? Do I not really want to move? But all I need to be happy is the right woman? Oh my God.
So Emma said you might move to Seattle soon. She said you have a job offer.
A promotion, actually, a terrific one.
Great. You know anyone there?
No, it's just a promotion.
Well then.
Yeah, well.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, Nick. I have to go. I'm on shift in half an hour and I can't be late. There's sick animals who need my nursing.
Caitlin.
Yes?
I still like that. I know you already said no, but I'd still like to take you out. You know, a real date, no relatives.
But you're leaving for Seattle.
I've been thinking about not going. I maybe should stay. Oh, I don't know.
Well, what happens if we go out and we find out we like each other and you decide to move?
I don't know. I just don't know.
I really have to go, Nick. The date offer was nice. But I don't know. I'd just sit there the whole time hoping I didn't like you. That's just too weird. Tell you what, Nick, if you decide not to go to Seattle, all right, call me. And a date with no relatives, you're on. But if you decide to go, then go. Start over. Sometimes you just have to be a little bit selfish. You know something? Just now, when I didn't immediately agree to go out with you, that was probably one of the most mature things I've ever done.
Nunzio and I have been together for 60 years. Close your eyes and imagine 60 years. That's what Nicky doesn't understand. By trying to plan out his life so much, by staying away from marriage, he missed that. He'll never know what it's like, how love can deepen to places you could barely imagine. 60 years. Hello, everybody.
There you are, Nicky. We missed you since you went back home.
Nicholas, why are you so late?
God forbid, we thought you had an attack on a bus.
Sorry, I had a special session with my psychiatrist. Yeah, the head doctor again, this morning. We had a lot to talk about.
Did you tell him about your panic attack?
Yep,
And what did he tell you?
to calm down.
And for that, you pay the money.
Enough. Dinner's waiting. Everything came beautiful.
Wait. Before we eat, I have something to say. Last week when I spent those days here, that was a real special time for me. It just seemed, I don't know, that maybe we talked a little more than we ever had before, like maybe we connected a little better. I'm not sure.
It was beautiful to have you here, Nicholas.
And I'm getting older, and so are you. And I'd really, really like us to spend more time together like that.
Nicky, you're staying?
I'd really like us to spend more time like that in the next few weeks. Yes, the promotion, it's too good, but you can come visit all you want. I've worked hard for this promotion. It could be the start of something so exciting. I just appreciate it if you could all understand.
No, I don't understand, Nicholas. I don't. How can you, Nicholas? We're here, Nicholas. Everything is here. How can you just leave your family like that? Why does everyone get so afraid? How can you, Nicholas? Aren't we worth staying for? How can you leave? How can you just leave? How can you just leave?
And perhaps, you know, the last thing I'd ever want to do is hurt you.
What do you want me to say now, Vic? Huh? Please, don't leave us. Go. You have my blessings. I can't say any of that. I can't.
Perhaps, please.
Because no matter what I say, no matter what anyone says, you're going to leave us. Everybody goes. I wish I could be more like my father. I wish I could just stand on the shore and watch you sail away and know it's for the best. But I'm sorry, Nick. I can't. I worked all my life for my family. My family. I'm not good at words. You know that, Nick. I just don't want to see you go. Your grandmother made us a beautiful meal. Mangiamo.
Nicky, your grandfather has something he has to tell you.
Emma,
He has to tell you this, Nicky.
Oh, what is it, Gramps? Something wrong?
no. Let's go out on the porch. You and me. And let me ask you something. And you're going to tell me the truth, thanks, Nicky. Tell me the truth.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Now, right before you had that attack that day, when you were yelling, you said something. It had to do with you finding out what you were about.
I was upset then. I didn't mean what I was saying.
No, Nicky. One thing I've learned, when people get upset, that's when they mean what they say. Now, what did you mean by that? Tell me, Nicholas.
I'm not sure, Gramps. I guess I've grown up here. My whole life has been spent here with you. And it's wonderful. It's also wonderful, and I'm so grateful. I just don't need it anymore. I'm sorry if that sounds awful, but I just don't. I need to make my life something of my own doing. There's an opportunity for me in Seattle, a chance to give myself more. But I'm sorry if that sounds selfish or grateful.
So Seattle, then. This is not just about a job. It's something you feel you have to do to make your life and to be happy.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And you know this. You know this as much as you know anything.
Yes, Gramps, absolutely. I'm sorry.
Okay then, okay.
Oh, Gramps, you wanted to tell me something.
Nothing.
But you said,
What I had to say, Nicholas, what I had to tell you is that I will always be there with you. So, you be good. Now, I'm going back inside. I didn't.
But you have to tell him.
He has to go, sweetheart. He has to go.
But
I know all that. But he has to go.
oh, Nicky,
yeah,
dinner came beautiful. Mangiamo.
man, is there something?
Nicky, I really thought you had a chance with Caitlin. I really did.
With all the hassles that changing both jobs and cities bring, I have little time to spend with them those final weeks. And that last Sunday seemed to arrive so quickly. I wish I knew what the formula was. How much do you owe those who care for you? How can you repay someone for their devotion? Can it ever be enough?
Hey, Nicky, I hope you noticed. In your honor, your grandfather turned on the air conditioner.
Oh yes, I thought I could breathe.
Was a beautiful meal, huh? Wasn't it, Nick?
Stunning, man, stunning.
We made all your favorites. Gnocchi, vin parmigiano, tiramisu, biscotti. You're not going to get a meal like that in Seattle.
I know that, Dan. I'm sorry, Dan.
For what?
Or believing it. Oh, I don't know.
Nikki, honey, you're not sorry.
No, Nan, I am. I really am.
Now, maybe you feel bad for us because you love us, but you're not sorry, and I think that's good. You have a wonderful life ahead of you in Seattle. Why waste time being sorry? If I was sorry for every sad thing in my life, I'd never get out of bed in the morning. One thing I know for sure, Nikki, you can't keep the people you love most around forever. You could pray, you could scream, and you could cry, but you can't keep them forever. Just try to be happy, Nikki, okay? There's nothing for you to be sorry about.
So, Nicholas, did your grandfather tell you?
What?
He's selling the car.
Oh, no, he didn't mention it.
He tried driving to his mandolin lesson the other night, and he dented the back fender. Guess how? Pulling out of the garage. He didn't even make it to the street. Thank God, no one was killed.
Oh, hi, Gramps. Nan just told me you're selling the car.
Yeah, I'm bored with driving.
That's terrific, Gramps. I would have been worried about you.
Don't worry. Don't worry about me.
Well, the taxi should be here any minute now.
Nicholas, for the plane trip, I made you a lasagna.
I can't take a lasagna on the plane.
Why not?
I don't know, it just seems like something you can't do.
Fine, I'll mail it to you.
You want to put lasagna in the mail?
I just mailed your sister 12 pounds of fettuccine alfredo.
All right. Well, I just heard the taxi out there. So, I'll see you soon.
Goodbye, Nick.
No. No goodbyes, please. Hugs, yes, but no goodbyes.
I forgot the rules.
So, Tango Familia.
Tango familia, you know what that means.
Yep.
Nicholas, call us when your plane lands.
But don't spend any money.
Yeah, just let the phone ring twice.
You're all something, you know that. I hope you all know. I just have to do this. I just have to do this.
I love you, Nicholas. Who's hungry?
It's gone. How can you think of food now? Maybe just a little buffalo. And some galdo.
Okay, see you.
And maybe some hot peppers.
Okay.
So I caught my flight. 6 hours later, I was in Seattle, my new home. And 2 days later, a 15-pound lasagna arrived in the mail. My new job, well, I loved it. More responsibility, more challenging. And within a month, I started dating this account executive from my office. Her name was Teresa. And I immediately knew she was pretty special. 2 months later, I flew back to my grandparents to attend the funeral of my grandfather, Nunzio. He died from cancer it had spread to his liver and kidneys. My grandmother told me they'd known about it before I moved, but they thought it would be a burden to tell me. Burden? How could they not have said anything at all? If any one of them had told me, no question, I would have stayed.
A couple of years after Nicholas left, Frank, my baby, passed on. Emma and I shared dinners together every day for nearly a year after that, until she too suffered a severe stroke. God rest them. I still cook 2 meals a day for myself, and I make something a little special on Sunday. And I still see my Nicholas. Because of his job, he flies to New York often, and he always pays his grandmother a visit.
Hi, Nan, it's me.
Nicholas!
How are you, Nan?
You,
God, it's hot in here.
you look hungry. Let me put the ravioli in the water.
No, Nan, I'm sorry. The conference ran long. I could only stay a few minutes.
But the water's boiling. It'll only take a second.
No, let's not eat. Let's just sit and talk. I have something to tell you.
The ravioli looks beautiful.
And I'm moving.
Nicholas, back home.
Oh, no. To Portland. I got another job, a vice president, a wonderful promotion.
And Teresa's going with you.
No, she's got to stay in Seattle for now.
But you're engaged.
Well, we'll fly back and forth on weekends. It's called a commuter relationship. Very modern, very annoying. Nan, I had this idea. Come with me to Portland. It's a beautiful city.
Nicholas.
Your whole life you've lived here, Nan. Taking care of Grandpa all the time. Come to Portland. You won't have to take care of anybody. If you want, I'll take you out to eat every night. I'd love to give that to you. There's no one here for you anymore.
Nicholas, you know where I always wanted to go for years and years? Atlantic City. That's right. Nuns and Emma always came back with such stories. But your grandfather, he would have no part of such a fancy place. One day, I left him a plate in the icebox, and I went. And you know what? I didn't like it. Nah, the whole time I was there, I was wishing I was back home, taking care of your grandfather. I had to take care of him, Nick. He needed me to so much. How many people can get to be my age who can say that? That there was someone who needed them that much. I can say that. That I can't go, not from here. Your grandfather built a house for me, this house. How can I go? Stay for dinner, please.
Okay, I'll stay. Not long after, I achieved what my grandparents considered the greatest accomplishment known to man. I'm married. Tengo familia. And now, when I and Teresa sit home in Portland, awaiting the birth of our first child, my mind often wanders back to those few final days spent with my grandparents. And I wish I could neatly sum up who they were what they meant to me, how they fit into the puzzle of my life. But instead, what is most clear to me is that my grandparents worked every day of their lives to ensure that their family would be more educated, more successful than them. But what they did not foresee was that they would elevate me to a life so far removed from their own that they could never quite comprehend who I had become or how I would continue that legacy. And when I look back at them, I too saw only a vague reflection of myself. Still, they let me go. They got me to laugh. And to this day, I get great food in the mail.
Our cast this evening. First, Ann Wolf as Ada. Joey Sano as Frank. Paul Donovan as Nunzio. Lillian Blatt as Emma. Linda Harrington as Caitlin. And as our Nikki Myron Schaefer. And a special thank you to Lenore Isley, who was our understudy and stage manager. Please take a bow. Also to Debbie Nixon, our videographer. And we all know this would never take place without Barbara Thompson at our audio controls. I don't want to sound like we're at the Academy Awards, but there are a lot of staff people here at Meadow Lakes I'd like to thank. The porters who set the stage up for us every day for rehearsal, Liz Gusso of our activities director, and Julie Harp of our marketing department. And as a final thought, a play isn't a play without a special audience, and you surpassed that wish for us today. Thank you. Our cast members will come down to the audience so you may greet them and thank them, and they can thank you. Good night.